Welcome to this special preview of the 2022 KOTESOL International Conference, joined by two people working on the conference this year. We've got the program director, Michael Free, also the chair of the previous year's international conference, and Virginia Hanslin, who is the publicity director. So, Virginia, what's the theme for this year's KOTESOL International Conference?
The theme this year is entitled More Than Words, Teaching for a Better World. And I just want to say that I liked this theme in terms of appealing to professors and teachers in Korea. I think a lot of us, we get tired. Okay, we get tired, and this conference is a reminder that what we're doing is important. We are teaching to make an impact. We're teaching to make changes in students' lives. And the whole conference, we've just got tons of people who are going to address that in different ways. So I would encourage anybody to attend. And you might be sitting on the fence. If you're one of those people that you've been sitting on the fence and I don't know if I want to go, I don't know if I should do that, go. Okay, I'm sure there is going to be at least 2 or 3 people that are going to say something that it's going to click, and you're going to go, wow, yeah, I didn't really think of it that way. And yes, I can make an impact. I can make a change for a better world.
That's right. Every time I've left a KOTESOL International Conference, I've always felt like, depending on how long the conference was, whether it was 2 days, 3 days, or even longer last year, I've always felt like I've left as a better teacher, and I'm sure that's the same again to anybody who attends. This year you will leave as a better teacher. So we know the theme. Michael, what's on the program?
Jeez, Jinkies, how do I do this really, really quickly? What's on the program? Lots and lots of stuff is on the program. Starting with the theme, if I may, I'm just going to share my screen here so people can see what I'm talking about. You can see when you look at the overview, we've got Friday here, and we're going to open up Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, just Google it. If you do know what Discord is, hop on, join us there. This is the place where it's the virtual equivalent of us milling around in the foyer, which is usually the foyer at Sukmyang Women's University, but of course not now. And this will be where you can meet other people, you can begin to share ideas, and you can ask the question, hey, what's on show? What can I see? What's good? And you can ask not only myself or Virginia or Lindsay, who will be around, but anybody who's looked at the schedule, say, I'm really interested in this, or I'm really interested in that, no matter what this or that is, and talk to people, and they might have ideas for things that you can see. Another thing you can do is use our wonderful color coding here. Our yellow stuff is all of our featured presenters, and there are some really interesting people here, to name just a couple. We've got Willy Renandia coming back again. He is incredibly well informed about what goes on in the ELT world. He's incredibly dedicated. He's also one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So, if you want to engage with a scholar who has been around and has a he's very, very visible, he's one person that you can meet and talk to. Another person that's well worth introducing is Ryoko Kubota. I'm very happy she's here this year. We invited her last year, but she couldn't come. She's simply amazing, and I think her talk is going to be very interesting. And one of the things that I love about conferences, and I try to do no matter what the theme is or no matter what my particular interests are, is I try to go to sessions that I don't know anything about. So I don't really know that much about anti-racism, but I have met Ryoko, Professor Kubota. Sorry, I should be a little bit more formal here. And I know that she's well informed on the subject, and I can learn a lot from her about something that I don't know much about. So you've got sessions, that are standard fare. You've got things that you can look at that are perhaps, they're not what we usually see at ELT conferences. There's a lot of, if you search through the schedule, you see the word peace a lot, which is really interesting. And what peace education and teaching peace. How does one teach peace? I don't know. So I'm already torn between going to Rebecca Oxford's. Oh no, I'm not, because she's before Ryoko. I have to learn how to read the schedule. It goes this way, Michael. Oh, I need more coffee here.
I'm actually really excited about seeing Rebecca Oxford, and I can just tell a couple stories here. So I have a couple of her books, the teaching strategy books that she used to write. And then last summer, I was taking an applied linguistics course, and they were going over a lot of material on language policies all over the world. And I was getting more than a little frustrated with that. And somebody had forwarded me some information about Rebecca Oxford and all of this stuff that she had written on peace education. And I was just thrilled. And actually, I'm going to say in love. Like, people rarely say something like that, but I was just in love with the way she was presenting things. English for Peace makes sense in many, many ways. So I'm excited about seeing her in particular, and I'm hoping to attend both sessions. She's a featured speaker, and then she's also has a workshop on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. I'm hoping I will get to see that as well.
Yeah, and I think what I like about just a glance at this schedule here is a lot of the names I don't know, and I've never seen talks by a lot of these presenters before in KOTESOL International Conferences. So it feels like it's all brand new, it's all new content, it's all new knowledge that attendees will be getting at this year's conference.
Maybe not all, but there certainly is a lot. There certainly is a lot. Like, I look at Mark Helgensen over here. He's spoken for us before. I've seen him speak a couple of times, so he's not an unfamiliar name. And when he talks about happiness, he actually will put you in a good mood if you go to any of his sessions. Yeah. So this is our overview. You can start here, but really you want to go through each day. Now, day 1, or maybe this is day 0, it is kind of easy. Get on Discord, hop around, talk to people. I think I've said enough about that now. And then we do have one session, Building a Better World by Breaking Biased Thoughts for Educators. This is similar to what we did last year. We had one person speaking to kind of just get our brains in gear and get into the mood, kind of like a little taster of what's going to go on. But we really get things started on April 30th, on the Saturday. And I'm going to make sure that this is big enough that you can see everything here. So yellow are going to be featured sessions. They tend to be more heavily populated, most of the time at least. These are things that are going to be of immediate interest, I think, and they're very much attached to the theme. You can also see over here in this slightly different color that our featured speakers, I think all of them, maybe most of them, will do workshops as well. These tend to be smaller. These will be where you get to ask Rebecca Oxford or Professor Kubota or anybody that you're workshopping with, questions. Some people, they get to online or they get to conferences and they say, oh, I really wish I had asked this question, but I was too shy. Don't be shy. Everyone on this schedule is wonderful. So talk to them. A couple of other things that I'd like to mention here, we have this GSS thing. This is very interesting. We started this last year. It's the Graduate Student Showcase. And if you're a grad student and you want to come here, or if you've never been to a conference and you're wondering how to do or what to do, join this session and talk to these people, because they're current grad students. They're doing shorter presentations, and you can get a sense for what's necessary if you've never done one and you've thought about it. If you're on the fence, again, a different fence, I guess. Another thing that we have over here in green, we have the KOTESOL MCall SIG, which is going to do a roundtable about, thinking about all of this stuff that's happened to us, not only in Korea, but all over the world with COVID coming in, and we're online and we're offline, and then sometimes we're both and sometimes we're neither. And a lot of the time we're just not sure where we are. This will give us a chance to reflect and maybe look back on that. This is also a SIG, a special interest group. And we've got our KOTESOL Social Justice SIG, which is going to talk about social justice and the future of ELT in Korea. A little bit more limited to Korea, but certainly something that's going to be very, very interesting. And then we've got all this other stuff here. And I don't have time to go through all of it with you, but I can just tell you that there's this neat thing. There's this neat thing on Google Sheets where you can search. So if you're into pronunciation, if that's what you want to learn about, or if you're into peace and that's what you want to learn about, you hit Command F, type that in, and look through the various titles. They'll tell you what the things are going to be about. If you want to know more, you go to Edzilla. You can read the short versions of the abstracts, so that you have a good sense of what you want to do. And some of these names you won't know, because a lot of these presenters are, at least what I like to call are practitioner presenters. When I present at conferences, I don't come in as a researcher, because I'm not really a researcher. I don't come in as a PhD person, because I don't have one. I come in as a person who is in the classroom every day, and I've found something that works, or that I like, or that was challenging and I overcame it, or maybe I didn't. And these are your colleagues from other universities, and you can find some of them from Korean universities, of course. John Breckenfeld, who I've worked with, and Chris Kobalinski are going to talk about different approaches to student presentations, which a lot of us do. Cheryl Woke, another excellent speaker from Korea. Nehemiah Park, who is doing research, and I spoke with him. These people are all, they're all worth listening to, and all worth seeing, if the topic is something that you're working with. If we go across the sea, we have a lot of people coming in from Japan. George McLean is coming in. Fabulous guy. I believe Naoko Kato is from Japan as well. A lot of people, and we get a chance to broaden out and become, less Korea centric, even though we kind of are Korean focused. And we've got also a lot of people coming from different parts of the world. This is one of the bonuses of being online. The bonuses for the attendees, anyway. It's not always a bonus for those of us who have to arrange the schedule. But we've got a lot of people coming from different parts of the world. Some people are coming from China. A couple of people are coming from the Philippines, I believe. We've got something down here about Afghanistan. So, we're not just talking about Korea. The last thing I'm going to mention before I let Virginia and Wayne have the last word is we have this lovely color over here, And these are all asynchronous sessions. And asynchronous sessions are great because you can watch them anytime. You know, you can spend time in the live sessions, and then if you're awake, or if there's nothing on the live schedule that really floats your boat, you can go and you can look at the asynchronous sessions, which we will have uploaded onto our YouTube channel. I think that's about as much time as I have. I hope that's been at least a little bit helpful, and I'll turn it back over to Wayne and or Virginia now.
Thank you, Michael. I think a treasure trove of workshops, presentations, not just synchronous Zoom presentations, Zoom workshops, but also asynchronous. Because it's an online conference as well, you'll have access to all this content after it's live. I believe most of it will be uploaded to YouTube to watch if you have registered for the conference. So this would keep you going for at least the rest of the year, I would say, that much content. And Virginia, if I'm now off the fence and I've decided I want to register for the conference, how do I register? What should I do?
Up at the top, it says conferences. Yeah, 2022 Korea KOTESOL International Conference. You can click on that, and it has attendee conference pre-registration right under the menu. So you can click on that and then just follow the instructions from there on in.
It looks like if you're watching this video on April 17th, then you still have time to get that nice discount. Yeah.
So that is today. And Michael, if you can just scroll down, we can preview a little bit on this. So there's actually quite a bit of extra information. And oh yeah, you have to be logged into your KOTESOL profile to get in there, and then you can just register that way. Okay, so it's actually pretty self-explanatory. So please attend. Yeah. I would love to actually put in a plug for Tammy Gregerson. She is speaking, I believe it's Saturday at 5 o'clock. She's talking about, in some senses, teacher health. So this is a research-based practical exploration of language teacher well-being. Well-being is something we're talking a lot about during COVID. And this is another session I want to attend. So, and I'm sure I'm not going to be the only one there. So please attend this session. I think we can learn together and start some good dialogues on things that we need to talk about and make changes.
I saw Tammy present a couple of years ago in the KOTESOL Daejeon chapter, and she was a fantastic speaker. Not just the content of what she was saying, but also the way she delivered it. So yes, I would also recommend attending Tammy's presentation. That would be a great idea. But thank you, Michael. Thank you, Virginia. I think a lot of people are now off the fence because this is obviously a great conference, a great opportunity for teachers to become better teachers, get lots of new knowledge and network and meet other like-minded educators. So thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you at the KOTESOL International Conference.